Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, FA Well Centers. We're going to talk about exercise today, and we're going to get in depth into what you need to be doing in your daily routine to make sure that you're getting the movement, you're getting the exercise, the strength building. We know the research shows the more muscle contraction, the more muscle somebody has as they age, they're going to be that much better. Their brain's going to be that much better. Their balance, you're out here standing on one foot, your balance is going to be that much better. All of these different things are going to improve in your life, whether you're younger, older, everything in between, if your exercise and if your strength and everything else is where it needs to be. So thanks for jumping on, guys. Love having you. If you have not already liked or followed this page, go ahead and hit that button up in the corner. And then there's also a little bell that will alert you anytime we go live. We go live multiple times a week and trying to bring some of the latest and greatest and most effective health information to you day in and day out. So thanks for jumping on. And for those of you, give me a thumbs up if any of you guys were on our webinar last Thursday. We had an in-depth thyroid webinar. For those of you that missed it, we will be redoing that one in a few months probably. So, but keep an eye out. We will be doing another webinar this month of May. I've got a couple topics that I'm thinking about. If you've got anything that you would want me to get in-depth, hour-long deep dive into, let me know. Send us a message on that as well. Anything in through there. Anybody popping on, let me know where you guys are watching from. We get people all over the country, all over the world. Let me know where you are and what you're doing for exercise. This is a huge, huge part of it. Is some people, I always say, most people aren't exercising enough. But then the people that are exercising are doing too much. So that's what I'm going to get into today. And the first thing I want to talk about is 10,000 steps. Is that legit? Is that really a thing? Is that something that science has proven? Oh, if you hit 10,000 steps, you're healthy. Well, here's the thing. No, 10,000 steps is not like this miracle number that everybody hits and, oh my gosh, now we're there. So 10,000 steps is not the magic number. And yet it really does have a nice push to it, because a lot of people are going to, by the time they get done with their day and you were working, you worked out, you did these different things, most people are between 5,000 and 7,000 steps. A lot of people are under that, but a lot of people are that 5 to 7. So for somebody to think about, and let me know how many steps, if you guys are tracking on your watch, anything like that, let me know how many steps you guys are getting a day. On days where I'm really busy and working the whole day and just get my workout in, I have a hard time getting that 10,000 in, I'll tell you. But what it does is it makes you be more aware of, hey, I better walk those stairs when I'm going into the office. I'm going to park when I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to park a little bit farther out and walk in a little bit farther. Deidre, 17,000. So obviously Deidre must be active for work. Maybe she's a postal carrier or something in there, because 17,000 is a lot of steps. That's like 10 miles a day. So here's the deal: it gives us this little extra boost, this little extra. Hey, I'm gonna go and get another 30-minute walk after eating dinner, or I'm gonna, while the kids are playing soccer, I'm gonna walk around the fields instead of sitting there and just doom scrolling on my phone or watching crazy TikTok feed or whatever. I'm gonna go and actually get some movement, do some extra things. So it's a nice motivating number, and 10,000 steps is a nice place to be. So here's the next step. Movement is great, and that's what the 10,000 steps are. That's what's taking your dog for a walk, going for a little bike ride, going rollerblading, whatever it is. Those are nice movement things. But movement does not replace exercise. And so exercise is going to be where we get that heart rate elevated, we get muscle contraction, we get the body actually working harder than, I always think about it this way. I'm like, ask the lady in Africa that's carrying the water bucket on her head 3 miles each way, if that's exercise or if that's just life. If that's just, hey, I got to fill up that water and get it back to our hut for the day so I can cook and bathe and do all these different things we're going to be doing, That's not exercise. That's just life. Ask that lady in the little village in France that's walking in a mile or two to get her food for dinner that day and going to the market, doing whatever. That's not exercise. That's just movement. So, guys, let me know what you're doing. Are you moving? Are you exercising? Are you doing both? Do you know you should be doing one, but you're not? So here's the deal. You need to be moving every day. So it doesn't matter. Like even Sunday's my day of rest. I don't really work out a whole lot on Sunday and exercise on Sunday, but I'm getting up, I get on the treadmill, I do the same thing where I walk, I journal, I pray, I breathe, do those things, and still get that movement in, probably still get another 20, 30 minutes of movement at least, just to get the day going, get that blood flow going, make sure we're moving like we should. And then you've got the exercise piece. The exercise piece, if you have a heart rate monitor, you can have a Fitbit, an Apple Watch. I've got a Garmin here. You can use a lot of different things with it, but basically you want to get your heart rate. And again, this is a general, if you've got heart conditions or health conditions and you need to check with your doctor first, do that. But this is a general number, and 180 minus your age is that sweet spot to be at. So if you are 40 years old, and you're in decent shape and don't have a lot of health issues, 140 beats per minute is where you want to be. But if you're 80 pounds overweight, if you have prediabetes, if you haven't worked out in years, if any of those things, you want to subtract even 5 points off of that. So write this down: 180 minus your age, and if you're in ill health, not in very good shape, anything like that, subtract 5. So that 40-year-old would not want to go over 135 beats per minute. But you want to make sure you're getting up close to that. That 125 to 135 would be that sweet spot for you to do for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But how long do you need to go? That's another great question, because here's what we have is, if you go too long, you're going to be tired in the afternoon, you're going to be a little bit. I can feel my legs, have some stress to them, but I'm feeling pretty good. I've got energy. I haven't crashed yet. My blood sugar's staying steady. By this afternoon, I'm not going to be yawning and like, wow, I need some caffeine, anything like that, because I did not go too long and I did not go too high. So here's the deal. For those of you that are doing these spin classes, you got your Peloton during lockdown, give me a thumbs up if any of you guys got some type of a indoor bike during COVID lockdown. So we've got this spin class, and somebody's like yelling into the computer screen there. There's a thumbs up, somebody got one, yelling into this computer screen and like, oh, go faster, go faster. But then all of a sudden that 40-year-old, their heart rate is up to 160, 152, 168, 175, and then all of a sudden it's up really, really high. That is very stressful for the adrenal glands. It's very stressful for the body, in that it's going to take a lot of energy out of where it needs to be. So we've got to get it in that good range, stay there, go long enough to feel good and to have energy, but not too long that you're crashing down. So that exercise, it can be a lot of different things. When you think about exercise, it doesn't just have to be, pushing some bench press or anything, because if you do that, your heart rate might come up a little bit, but that 40-year-old is probably not going to get up to 135 beats per minute just by doing bench press, resting for a minute, doing another set of bench press. So one thing, if you are doing weights, you need to be supersetting. So do a bench press, do some flies, go back, do bench press, do some flies. Or you go and do curls and then triceps, curls and triceps, and go back and forth, back and forth. So if you're doing weights, go back and forth on those. If you're doing some type of where you are jumping in and like this morning, if you've seen a kettlebell, I was doing kettlebell swings, and then doing some squats and then some type of core work and then just continuing to do that. But I was tracking my heart rate. So that was keeping me in that good range. And I knew I wasn't going to go over where I needed to be. But then I can also follow that. So the longer you stay in this good range and you do it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, you're able to tell, okay, I'm starting to go a little bit too long. I'm going to cut it back. I'm going to be done. And you can feel how your body is doing the more aware you are, basically with your coach, your heart rate monitor. So using that heart rate monitor is a really, really important thing to do. If you don't have one and you got any questions on which kind, pop that down below and I'll let you guys know what would be a good one to use as well. So here we go. Yeah, movement is good. You need to move. We've got to move. We've got to go for walks. We've got to go for, I hike on every Friday. I get out and do those things, but that's not necessarily exercise. You're not getting your heart rate elevated enough. You're not getting muscle contraction. You're not doing push-ups against the wall, doing planks, doing wall balls, doing burpees, whatever it is. You're not getting muscle contraction, which is really, really important as we age as well. So 10,000 steps, it's great. Do it, hit that number. If everybody hit that number every single day, we would be healthier as a country. But that's not the be all and end all. You've got to get that heart rate. You've got to get that heart rate monitor going. And whether it's, you just take your pulse or you actually use a digital device, doesn't matter. You got to check that pulse, 180 minus your age. So love having you guys on. If you have any questions at all about this, let us know. Pop those down below. But get movement this week and get exercise both this week. Exercise, I like at least 3 to 5 times a week, and movement every single day. Take care, guys.